Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. How to quit your job wholesaling houses. Hopefully this video will give you some insight on the path that I took, which will be probably different for you, but it'll give you an idea of when should I do it. Okay, and that's going to vary from person to person just because of what number one, how much money you're currently making, what bills or obligations you have, family, all of that will factor in on when and how, and obviously how much money you're generating and that you have generated as a wholesaler consistently. Now, before I get into that, when I start, I'm just going to say that I'm an entrepreneur first. Been that way since my early 20s, and don't even know where it comes from. It just is. Once you get it, it's just there. And I had tried a lot of things and really never made any money. And real estate, obviously, everyone knows that people make money in real estate, but if you don't know anything about the different creative ways, such as wholesaling, that you can make money without actually having the cash or credit to do deals, then so be it. Most people are going to stay away because they don't just have the resources that they think they need to do a real estate deal. So my point of that is I went to college, spent thousands of dollars. I don't even know if I can get a job with my degree right now, which is sad. Probably more because I hadn't worked in a while to be, most people don't want to hire someone that's been self-employed or make any money of any significance. Let me just say I can get a job but not of any significance as far as a salary or wages. But the thing is that I spent $400 on a real estate course. 400 versus probably, I don't know, 30 grand in a college education. No comparison. What are you waiting on? Whether it's with me or whoever, do it. You don't be afraid to make mistakes. I still make mistakes, done hundreds of deals. Do it. Take advantage of the 100+ videos that I have online here. You just get off the couch and do it. It is real. But anyway, so, of course, I offer my course at junkers101.com. You get the course of coaching, all of that. So commercial's over. So, but getting into how to quit your job. So my journey was simply this, is that when I learned about it, I bought a course. A friend of mine inspired me to start researching. I bought a course. Wow, it was just full of so much information that, I really didn't know what direction to go in. Out of all of that, the information that I went through over a 3-week period, that's how long it really took me to go through all of it. Wholesaling is what stuck out to me just because of my personality and my resources that were available to me, because it was a struggle for me to pay, to come up with that $400 and banner signs to even get started. But out of everything that he said, the two things that stuck out to me was wholesaling and banner signs, because I've seen banner signs once it's brought to your attention. You wonder, why would these people put these signs out like that? Well, idiot, they're looking to make money. So that bell went off for me. So I didn't get anything else, but I learned about wholesaling, lease options, subject twos, retailing, which is just basically flipping. I learned about it basically all at once. And so I gravitated to wholesaling because of the resources that I had available to me, which was zero, no credit, no cash. So, but anyway, so it only took me 30 days to do my first deal. Not saying that would be your situation. I've dealt with students that done it in less time, but that's not normal. Probably what's realistic is 30 to 60 days, and that's going to depend on you just getting out there and doing it. I'm a little different than everyone. I'm not anything special or smarter than you, by no means. My market is not better, none of that. The only thing that may be different about me is and it gets me in trouble sometimes, but hey, it's a trade-off. I'm about action. Forget about all learning. I'm gonna get my knowledge up to a certain point where I feel comfortable that I know what I'm talking about, which doesn't take much, and then I'm gonna go into it. but everybody's different. I'm just telling you that's maybe the difference to me. I'm about action, making it happen. Action. And what you'll have if you deal with me as a coach that I didn't have is someone to actually tap into that has actually done a wholesale transaction. So that would be the difference. But with that being said, so I did my first deal. Wow, just man, that one of the most exciting days of my life. March 5th, 2003. March 5th, 2003, I picked up my first wholesale check. It was $2,500. I'll say only $2,500, but to me, it took me a whole month to make. Not even that. I still wouldn't make that. About a month and a half to make that much on the job that I had, actual cash in my hand. So it was like, wow, I was just blown away that it worked. That's the thing is just it worked, So the next deal took a little longer to do the next deal. But after that second deal, I basically went from March to June from my first deal to second deal. And so once I did the second deal, just every week, well, first every month, and then it started to be every week, or at least every other week. And sometimes you may do 2 deals in a week. So basically about every week, just like I said, it'll average out to that once you put them all together. So got to a point where, and the job that I was working at the time, which I've always worked, I've had a lot of jobs, from college, well, basically from a teenager up until I stopped working, as far as going and clocking in for someone else. But most of my jobs were in customer service. And so the actual job that I had, the last job that I had was as a collections rep for one of the phone telecommunication companies, and paid well, but I actually had to deal with people calling in and say I need to make an arrangement on my bill. I was one of those people. That's my job. So if that doesn't get as common as a person as possible, I'm no different than you. That was my job. So with that being said, I still had aspirations of doing a lot more, and because I know opportunity exists out there in so many ways, especially with real estate. But anyway, so started making money, and at the point where, wow, I'm consistently doubling what I make on my job every month for about a year. Then it went to quadrupling. I really could have quit within the first year, but I was afraid because I had to just tell this story just really quick. I was afraid because I quit that same job to go into a sales job selling cemetery plots with a friend of mine. From February of 2001 until July of 2001, I made a grand total of $7,000. So that's, I guess, a little more than $1,000 a month. But $1,000 a month when you don't know when you're going to get that, because it was 100% commission. It was a very difficult time in my life financially. So I started trying to get the job back as the customer service rep, the collections rep, that June of 2001. I didn't get the job back until June of 2002. So I struggled. Well, I did get another job. I'll tell you what, I was actually, when 9/11 happened in 2001, I was actually unemployed, laying in my bed feeling sorry for myself, and turning the TV on and seeing the planes going into the building. And wow, just like, oh, what I have going on is nothing, because people are in much worse situations than what I have going on. So, get up and got a job. So I did get another job, not paying as much as another customer service job, until I got the job back with the other company, which paid a lot more. But with that being said, it just got to a point where the job, this was the telling thing for me. Because I used to pay people, I was just sending out a mass email and say, if I could change schedules so I could be at a closing, this person may work this schedule, this person may work that schedule. So what I would do is that I would send out a mass email saying $100 if you have this shift. Of course, it was no problem. It was $100. Most, uh, I had no problem changing it, but it got to a point where that wasn't even working anymore. So the job was getting in the way of me making more money. Is basically where this decision was made for me. And then it was a very high pressure job because you had to be on time because it's customer service related. So the schedules are very important that you be there on time, take your breaks on time, come back off your breaks on time, and so on. So I just came in one day and I I just came off I used to work a split shift and came off the shift, off the split, and supervisor said something crazy to me. And I was just like, I don't have to do this anymore. And I called her on my phone and said I had a headache. And I reported out for the next 2 weeks. With that particular gig, you had to call in and report out every day or they were going to call you. So on a Sunday, I went up to the job and I put a resignation notice on my actual immediate supervisor's desk and the clerk's desk, because the clerk would call you, if you don't show up to work, to let them know I was done. And that was May 1st of 2006. That's how it happened for me, is that it just basically, the job got in the way of me making more money. It was clear. It was just clear. Again, I probably could have quit within, really, in reality, within 6 months of me starting wholesaling. But it really was 3 years later after I actually started making money. But that's my story. I don't know how that may help you. I think it will. There's really no magic to it. It's basically that you got to take action. You got to take action. If your phone is not ringing, you're not doing enough. Of course, as me as a coach, that's my job, if you're one of my students, to help you with. But if your phone is not ringing, meaning from sellers, you're not doing enough, because that's the lifeline of your business. It's just a numbers game from that point. If you have 3 or 4 people calling you per day over a 30-day cycle, that normally will translate into 3 or 4 deals or more. It's really that simple. It's all about marketing and advertising. Keep the business from being frustrating by putting out a little marketing and advertising. Say, well, I don't have the resources to do it. You know what? That means, for me, I know my attitude is, well, I'll get a second job to fund my business, so I don't have to have either one of these jobs. But hope this helps. Look forward to working with. Don't forget the 100+ videos at my channel, Teach Me Flipping. Just do a search on YouTube for Teach Me Flipping, and also the course, junkers101.com, for my course and coaching. Thanks, and see you soon.